What a sincere and profound movie. Past Lives is the newest movie from A24 and it stars Greta Lee, Teo Yoo, and John Magaro. It tells the story of Nora and Hae Sung, who are two deeply connected childhood friends who are wrest apart after Nora's family immigrates from South Korea. 20 years later, they are reunited for one fateful week as they confront notions of love and destiny. This was arguably the biggest movie coming out of Sundance 2023 because there was so much buzz surrounding this movie. It premiered to incredibly high praise from critics and audiences as well, and that immediately put it on my radar. The fact that it was both from A24 and it was getting such high praise, I wanted to really just check it out because of that. And I can totally understand where the praise is coming from because this is a very meditative look at love and a beautiful look at loss as well. But before I get more into my in-depth thoughts, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoy the rest of this review, and comment down below what are your thoughts or expectations for Past Lives. But let's keep talking about the movie. I've honestly had to sit on my thoughts for about a week now to really flesh out my thoughts and kind of just sit with the experience as a whole, because this is a movie that's going to have a lasting impact on audience members, I feel. And I do feel like I want to go back to it later on in the year to revisit it and see if I like it even more, because where I'm at right now, I don't completely love it. But that does not by any means take away from how great of a movie it is, because I think the movie can still be great while not me loving it personally yet. You have to talk about the trio of brilliant performances. The performers held this movie on its back along with the script, which I'll talk about more in a second. But the performances are subtle and they're not overly flashy or Oscar baity. They get the trick done and they make you feel for their characters that they're portraying. It's hard to pick a favorite between Lee, Yoo, and Magaro. I'd honestly have Yoo as a shoo-in for Best Supporting Actor. His performance was just superb. But honestly, any of these performers need to get some recognition later on in the year when it comes to awards, because they really don't want their work here to go unrecognized. They are a big reason why this movie leaves an impact on you, but also, like I mentioned, the writing and directing from Celine Song. The most interesting thing about this movie for me is that this is her first directorial feature film. At my screening of the film, I got to hear her talk about the movie a little bit, and it was really insightful about the filmmaking process and her personal connection to the story, because she mentioned that this is a very personal story she took from her own experiences when writing this movie. You can really feel just how much of a passion project it is in some senses, because I definitely think that it touches on relationships in an interesting way, and in a way that Hollywood kind of glosses over from time to time, because this is definitely not a Hollywood movie. A24 as a studio has established themselves as a studio where directors and auteurs can go to really create interesting stories that might not get picked up by bigger studios like a Warner Brothers or a Disney, or intimate stories that are a little bit more indie sometimes. But why it touches on relationships in an interesting way is because it doesn't really give you the ending that you maybe think you would get in a Hollywood movie about romance. And also when it comes to the pacing of this movie, this is a very slow movie, and I think that will be a turnoff for some. But it's slow and it takes its time, and I feel like in the end there's a lot of payoff because of how connected you are to these characters. Over the hour and 40-minute runtime, you get attached to them, and I think that is due to the slower pacing. It takes its time. There's some nice touches of comedy here and there that surprised me as well. Some cute moments and some fantastic cinematography that just lets the actors really thrive on screen. It doesn't really shy away from transitions, and the directing is strong in that regard too. This movie just lets the performances and writing shine. There's one scene in particular where two of our main characters are sitting in a bed and they're just talking about how their life has changed and about how different paths can open up for you and you can go down a different direction in life than maybe you predicted. I think that's what Past Lives really thrives on, is exploring how romance can blossom in different ways and how people are just going to go on their separate ways in life, and you might lose some of your best and favorite, most close people to you, and what it means to reconnect with them and reopen that door and kind of rekindle what was lost. And so our characters are just sitting in bed and they're talking, and it has one of the most brilliant pieces of dialogue that I've seen all year long. I don't really want to spoil it because I just want you to watch it for yourself. But the dialogue is superb as a whole. There's some, like I mentioned, a lot of profound moments. It is a movie that, like I said, I do want to rewatch and a movie that is going to need some time to grow on you maybe after subsequent viewings. I think I might even like this one more. Like I mentioned, the slower pacing was necessary, but at times I felt myself getting a bit distracted in the movie, as it is a movie that is just such a meditation on love. It's easy to let your mind drift a little bit, but it's a movie that thrives in telling a touching story of love and loss. It touches on basic aspects of human nature and how relationships grow over the years and also kind of get broken over the years as well. The performances are great and deserve all the praise, but also the cinematography and writing was a huge standout. I did love how it ended though, and its conclusion I felt was very satisfying. Not as predictable as I thought it was going to be, and more profound than I was expecting, so that's why this movie gets a lot of respect from me. I'm gonna give Past Lives a B+. I hope you guys enjoyed this one as well, and make sure to let me know down below in the comment section what are your thoughts on it. I want to thank you so much for watching this review, and again, if you did enjoy it, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, as well as that notification bell so you don't miss any further videos. And as always, look forward to more videos and reviews coming soon. My name is Ben, people call me Mitter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.